So when we're marching and protesting and posting, tell your friends to pull up.
Rihanna's not just a global pop icon or a billionaire fashion mogul. She's a political firecracker, and she's got the receipts to prove it. From clapping back at world leaders to taking public stances on controversial issues, Rihanna's political journey is anything but quiet. But what went so wrong during her beef with Donald Trump that her legal team had to get involved? And what made Rihanna turn down one of the biggest gigs in the world, headlining at the Super Bowl halftime show? In today's video, we're diving deep into all the spicy political beef Rihanna has been a part of, from taking on Trump to calling out the NFL and everything in between.
We're a brand new channel, so we really appreciate your support. If you like our content and want to see more, please click the subscribe button and get notified when we post new videos. Thanks for watching.
Rihanna versus Trump. Let's start with the juiciest of all, Rihanna versus Donald Trump. Now this wasn't just a little Twitter spat, it was a full-on public beef, and Rihanna burnt Trump to a crisp. Back in 2018, Trump was playing Rihanna's chart-topping hit Don't Stop the Music at his rallies. Seems harmless, right? Wrong. Rihanna did not like her music being associated with Trump or his political rallies. She immediately went public, demanding that Trump stop playing her song at his events. She didn't just tweet about it either. Rihanna's legal team got involved, sending a cease and desist letter to Trump's campaign. Her exact words when calling out the Trump administration after a White House staffer bragged about using her song during Trump rallies were, "Not for much longer. Me nor my people would ever be at or around one of those tragic rallies." That was a mic drop moment for sure. She made it crystal clear. Trump and everything he stood for was not in line with her values. But this wasn't just about a song. Rihanna has been fiercely critical of Trump's policies on race, immigration, and his handling of social justice issues. The former president, on the other hand, didn't respond directly at first, but we all know Trump isn't one to let a public critique go unnoticed. Fast forward to 2023, and Trump finally had something to say. After Rihanna's highly anticipated Super Bowl halftime performance, he jumped on Truth Social to slam her performance, calling it an epic fail. He went as far as labeling it the worst halftime show in Super Bowl history. Clearly the bad blood hadn't cooled down over the years. Trump also questioned her talent and accused her of having no style and no class. The NFL boycott. Then came the NFL drama. The Super Bowl halftime show is one of the most coveted gigs for any performer, but when the NFL approached Rihanna in 2019 to headline, she turned them down. Why? Colin Kaepernick. Kaepernick, who had been blackballed by the NFL for kneeling during the national anthem to protest police brutality, was a major point of contention in America. And Rihanna wasn't going to stand for the NFL's treatment of him. She rejected the Super Bowl offer as a form of solidarity with Kaepernick, saying that performance would make her a sellout. In her words, "I couldn't be a hypocrite." The whole situation lit up the internet. Fans, media, and even politicians got involved. Some praised Rihanna for her stance, calling her a true leader and standing up against injustice. Others, especially those supportive of the NFL's stance, criticized her decision, calling it unpatriotic. But Rihanna didn't care. She was making a statement, and she wasn't going to back down. The NFL drama added fuel to her growing reputation as someone unafraid to call out even the biggest institutions when they step out of line. But it wasn't just her beef with Trump and the NFL that kept Rihanna in the political spotlight. She's also been vocal about the politicians and causes she does support, which has earned her just as much attention. Rihanna and the political system. In 2020, during one of the most polarized elections in American history, Rihanna made it clear where she stood. She publicly supported then-Senator Kamala Harris and Joe Biden in their bid to unseat Trump. She posted messages encouraging her fans to vote, making sure they understood the importance of using their voices. But Rihanna's political alliances aren't just confined to the US. In her home country of Barbados, she played a key role in advocating for the island's independence from the British monarchy. In 2021, when Barbados officially became a republic, Rihanna was named a national hero for her contributions to the country. It was a powerful moment, showing that her political influence extends far beyond just celebrity endorsements.
National hero of Barbados, Ambassador Robin Rihanna Fenty. May you continue to shine like a diamond.
Rihanna's pull-up mentality. At the center of Rihanna's activism is her pull-up mentality. When she says pull up, she means that everyone has a role to play in fighting injustice. Whether it's racism, sexism, or other forms of inequality, Rihanna's stance is clear. If you see something wrong, you need to stand up and do something about it. During the height of the Black Lives Matter protests in 2020, Rihanna was incredibly vocal. She wasn't just posting on social media, she was out there donating millions through her Claire and Lionel Foundation to support social justice causes. She urged her fans and followers to get involved, not just talk about change, but to act. She said time and time again that as a black woman, she comes from a long line of black women who have had to fight for their rights, and she's not about to let the next generation go through the same struggles without standing up for what's right. Her activism isn't just talk, she backs it up with real actions, and that's earned her a lot of respect in activist circles. But of course, with that respect comes critics who claim she's using her celebrity status to push political agendas. Speaking of critics, some people think celebrities should just stay out of politics and stick to entertainment, but Rihanna thinks that's nonsense. She's fired back multiple times at critics who tell her to stop mixing her music with her political beliefs. In Rihanna's eyes, her music, her art, and her activism are all intertwined. Her life experiences as a black woman shape her art, and she's not about to silence herself to make other people comfortable. One particular moment that caused a stir was when Rihanna posted an image of herself spray painting Trump on a car. The post went viral, with people either cheering her on or blasting her for being too political. But Rihanna didn't flinch. Being outspoken is part of who she is, and if that rubs some people the wrong way, so be it.
And if there's anything that I've learned, is that we can only fix this world together.
Dragged into politics unintentionally. Interestingly, it's not always Rihanna who brings herself into political debates. Sometimes others drag her into it without her even knowing. A classic example of this was when politicians or public figures have tried to use her music or image to appeal to certain demographics without her consent. It's happened more than once where a politician has used one of Rihanna's songs at a rally or event, only to have her shut it down almost immediately. She's fiercely protective of her brand and image, and she's made it clear that she won't let anyone co-opt her work for political purposes without her approval. Rihanna's global influence. Although Rihanna's made waves in American politics, her activism extends globally. As mentioned earlier, in her home country of Barbados, she's a national icon, not just for her music, but for her role in advocating for social issues there. Her Clara Lionel Foundation, which she founded in 2012, has been a major player in disaster relief efforts, especially in the Caribbean. Rihanna has used her platform to raise awareness about climate change, education, and healthcare reform across the globe. Her activism isn't just reactive, she's proactive in making a difference wherever she can.
Randomly and sporadically, it's not seasonal anymore, it's just happening.
Woman, I mean, very strong, very independent, but the most caring.
The woman behind the records. Rihanna's story starts in St. Michael, Barbados, where she was born as Robin Rihanna Fenty on February 20th, 1988. She grew up in a modest home, with her father working as a warehouse supervisor and her mother as an accountant. But things weren't always easy for young Rihanna. Her childhood was marked by her father's struggles with addiction and her parents' turbulent relationship. Despite this, she found solace in music, performing at school talent shows and dreaming of something bigger. That dream started to become a reality when she was just 16, after impressing American music producer Evan Rogers during a vacation in Barbados. A few months later, she auditioned for Jay-Z at Def Jam Records, and the rest is history.
I can tell you that I will work my best to be the most successful artist that I can be in 5 years.
Conclusion. At the end of the day, Rihanna is more than just a pop star. She's a strong political force who isn't afraid to take on world leaders or anyone who stands in the way of justice. From her beef with Donald Trump to her boycott of the NFL and her undying activism, Rihanna has shown the world that she's not just here to entertain.